This image can go. There you go. I can quiet down the Skyrim music. So there you go. Session 55, everybody. Congratulations. Clap, clap, clap.
We are still alive somehow.
Yeah. Welcome to the end game, I suppose. You know, fun little thing.
That is a very blank screen.
Yeah, don't worry. It's not gonna be blank forever. Just was
Big
blank
old hole in the
last
middle.
session before shit hit the fan, and now still. Don't worry.
You lose the license to the commissioned image you used for the waiting screen?
Oh, the stream was going on for like 10 minutes. Yeah. Anyway. So, with that being said, and then I guess I gotta ask a simple question then. The same question I ask every single week. I guess, but not to the same combination of people as before anymore after that. Are you ready to begin?
Oh,
I certainly am.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah. Give me this proper. There you go. Oh. Last we left off. Well, a fight ensued. For better or worse, that was essentially prepared by your wizard, Cole. Very cool. Everybody fucking scattered. Well, those two cannot fight, and well, the rest of you just fought. And even though you didn't really suffer casualties on your side, there were casualties, as 7 children Vistra died, including Cole's very own sister.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Nevertheless, the great evil that was plaguing the realm, Tarumak's own blood brother, has fallen before you. And as well with that, Tarumak himself. Wounded. And just essentially happy for everything to be over, as you were essentially saying your final goodbyes before he passed away. And then, of course, came the question of what now? And the lecture, the person that just showed up out of nowhere with his 3 brothers offered you a way out, which you all agreed. So, as you all gather around to teleportate, you wait a handful of seconds. 9. And then a flash of pale white light. As all of a sudden, you are all not dropped, but more like thrown out of your ground or off balance on a platform of sandstone. Somewhere in a building chamber. No source of light except for several holes in the ceiling above you that essentially illuminate the place relatively nicely. But besides that, you basically see flashes of the 2 other brothers of Lecter, as they also teleported with you, before one by the name of Ash touches the bigger one of metal, and they both vanish almost immediately without saying a word to you, leaving only you and Lecter. as he kind of looks at all of you, and his gaze basically staring at you, Nathan. Welcome. As he then snaps his fingers, and a copy perfect illusion manifests in front of him as maybe some of the original Lecter appears.
Okay.
Anything you wish to do or say?
It is an honor to meet you in person and also to have fought by your side. We thank you greatly for the support you gave us in this fight.
Acknowledged. Now come.
Nathan
follow.
is still a bit Nathan is still a bit what do you call it? Down.
Hmm,
Trying to look formal.
that is fair. All of a sudden, you realize this is like a 30 feet wide circle with no real descent. Like there's just a drop, and at the bottom it seems to be sand or gravel or a mixture of both. But as soon as the illusion says come, all of a sudden, below, just from below, massive sandstone pillars emerge, section by section, and essentially manifest a stairway in all directions. Even though the illusion proceeds to just float certain direction, just ahead of you, downwards into the darkness.
Am I alone here or is everyone else
Everybody's
here as
here.
well?
You're all in the same place.
Okay.
Except it was cold because I had to go somewhere else.
I guess all of us will follow.
Let's go then. I would start making my way to follow him.
So,
Assuming that others follow me as well.
so as you all follow, you basically realize that there are sources of light, rooms that shine in this dim or glow, give illumination as you walk. Basically, what seems to first just an end corner revealed to be a hallway with no doors, windows, anything, just dark. And there is literally nobody there except for the illusion for you to follow. Halfway through the hall, like 30, 40 feet, you're all already inside of it. The illusion all of a sudden turns around, says, "Do not resist." As all of a sudden, you see all the bricks shine in this bluish glowing light for a few seconds. And what seems to be hundreds or thousands of bluish fireflies starting to just fly, randomly manifesting, almost like sprites around all of you, and just essentially engulfing everyone. This, cool bluish light. Takes about 30 seconds in this awkwardness. And then the light just dies down immediately as the illusion nods. Good, but contamination. And then it flicks its fingers towards what seems to be the dead end of this hallway. and it just kind of falls. Like the section of the wall just falls down to the ground. And what you basically see is that what basically beyond the wall is just a massive, expansive horizon of land, or more specifically, of a massive city, followed by just the endless ocean. And you can all see to your right, no, actually to your left, that the sun has risen quite high up, but it's not new. As it just kind of waits for you to essentially walk out, kind of telling you politely to exit the hallway. I assume
Very well.
everybody does.
Yeah, I got no reason not to.
Of course.
You all step out.
Yep.
The hallway all of a sudden, like a snapping jaw, just cuts itself off. And for a few moments, it just looks like a sandstone wall and then it just disappears. For Nathan, however, you can see that the sandstone wall is still there, albeit a lot more wobbly and disorientating.
You were cutting out.
Oh.
Yeah, could you repeat that, please?
Basically, the hallway cuts behind you just immediately for a few seconds and then disappears completely, except for Nathan. For Nathan, it's still sandstone hallway, just very, very mumbly and disfigured. It's, a massive illusion, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Then the lecturer looks at all of you again, gives a simple nod. Welcome to Kalna. You can stay here, browse, do whatever you wish. Must obey the laws of this place. But also, if you wish to leave to your hold, I can provide teleportation.
Carefully raising a hand.
It immediately eyes you, or more like your eye.
Yeah. Why take us here first?
Protocol.
Nathan nods and would just step back. Looking to Brit whether there are any other things of note.
I have something I'd like to discuss with somebody. If it's all right with everybody staying here for a little bit. We should probably get word to Leo, though, that it's time to start bringing people back because the threat is over there. Or at least let them know that we're fine.
Has the sending stone connected to Leo? Last I recall, I had it, but I think it got moved off.
We all have sending stones, as long as we're familiar with the person. But yeah, it's just like, while we do that, it turns towards Lectors. She's assuming something like, it's like, is there any way that Dorn can get here at some point?
He gives almost like a courteous thinking motion, and then immediately responds, I do not believe he is available at this very moment. He is a bit preoccupied. Nevertheless, that you have the capabilities and you are familiar with him. But it slightly I can teleport you there if you wish. But that courtesy is for you alone. It looks at all of you. No offense taken, Hope.
Defensively raising the hands, absolutely not.
I say, well, everybody rest up then. I have something to discuss. Yes, if there's no objections.
None.
There is no. I have
Yeah.
no time for a rest.
Very well. I will take him to Doran, and you may browse, recuperate, enjoy the festivities and whatnot. And I will arrive after. Kind of looks at you, Brit. Brit Valak has finished her business. And then Brit Lecter extends its hand towards you.
I take it.
And as soon as you like touch just the barely feel the metallic surface, you just gone. So we're gonna that aside, now there's 6 of you. There's now 6 of you somewhere. To give a reference, I'll give you a map. You are at the top left corner, mountainous area, and looking down what seemingly south, you have several miles of just city till you reach eventually the coast, and beyond the coast, there's one island that is visible, and then beyond it is just the sea. So if there's anything particular you wish to acquire, go to. There's not a lot to. None of you are familiar with the city. But if there's anything particular, do say.
Max?
Nathan,
Yes?
remind me what we're doing here. Just
Mm.
a quick reminder.
He said it was protocol to take Elvis here first.
I think that's something to do with that cleansing that we went through back there.
Yeah.
All right.
Circle's
We
going
will
to look
probably-
around. Is there a nearby bench?
You don't need to roll anything. You just look around, and you basically see several. Like you need to go like 30 feet, like just kind of climb down. Normal. Then you see a marble pathway goes around just below you, and like 120 feet, you just see several marble benches with a little fountain in the center with a little garden patch.
I think I am going to go sit down. And Sergal does so.
Does anybody know if they have a jewelry store around?
You are in Kalna. Find something they don't have.
If anything, I'm just asking if anybody would care to accompany me to try and find it. All I need is directions.
Like the simulacrum fucked off together with
Yes,
Brit, right?
Brit.
Well,
It's a good chance to go exploring.
it is. Theo,
Yes,
if you come with us as well.
sure.
So, Nathan and Theo. All right. Let's try to find some good markets.
I'm sure you will find plenty.
Mm-hmm.
We will
Just
find plenty.
wondering if I could get a liaison to be able to And looks at himself, reconstitute myself with, if anything.
Have a little
Let's
snack.
hope so. I'm looking for your finest steak. Sir, this is a jewelry store.
Did I stutter? I want my ruby bleeding.
Medium rare ruby.
Eh?
Oh, and I would like the topaz snacks to be, well, deep fried.
Deep fried topaz.
So,
Just in a little bit of quartz.
Very well
Praxis?
then.
yes.
I get 2 questions. How strong is the pole? And Canvas sends 3 little snakes you've probably wanted to get to.
The pool is like accustomed to like a slide, like a not a like you want to have a snack type of deal. It's not a pool that you drastically need to go. It's more like it's like a hint in your mind, like a slight little tug. You assume by how it is, it's gonna get more and more vicious, if you will. But at the moment, it is manageable. You could say you could probably. You don't really know how long you can do this, but you're not in a big rush.
Then I guess is it's also gonna just sit on the bench. Mm. She's not gonna explore the city. She's not a city person. So yeah, staying behind with Circle, I guess.
Yeah, I'm more antsy to get out of here.
So I assume, Circle, you would message Leo.
Yeah, something along the lines of, "We did it, Leo. Go ahead and start bringing everybody home. Lecter took us somewhere. Kalna, I think the name of the city was. We'll try to be back as soon as possible."
Okay. You basically get a very quick response. Okay. Good job. Yeah. And that's good.
Good job. Thumbs up.
Can you send emojis in sending?
No.
I send a rune of thumbs up to my friends.
Continuing on.
Oh, with that being said, so wait, Dagger, Vest, Chadwick, Bench,
No, Dagger went into the city with us.
Oh yeah, Chadwick, Nathan, and Dagger gonna go try to find a Jew.
And here.
And Theo.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what? Just roll me. Roll me just a d20, all of you. Like, Theo, Nathan, and Dagger.
What?
A D20 each.
A D20.
Just a D20?
Yes, d20.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, Loki.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
God. Cool divine intervention. Cool divine intervention, buddy.
I can't see shit.
Oh, no.
Nathan, I think I have dust in my eyes.
Duck.
Like diamond dust?
Here, let me get out a polishing rag.
It just pulls out my eyeball. There you go.
Spray some rags in there.
How do I say this? Well, it doesn't really. It doesn't really stop. To find the jewelry, but alright. As you proceed to go, Sophie, like it's like a very nice path. It's basically like almost like a, walk around. You basically see a bunch of loxodons, which are basically elephant people, a few humans, a few elves, either having, just relaxing along the road or just basically passing their time, all of this noblish fire hop.
It's
Theo.
wonderful to be looked at as normal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Dagger, a lot of people looking at you, but they're looking in amazement and as a curiosity.
Because I'm shiny and very hard to miss.
Well, more also that you're just pure diamond.
How can they tell?
Yeah. So yeah, it's easy to basically like not even approach the streets. You can immediately see vendors, and you can start hearing yells and squabbles of jewelry and jewelry. Theo, however, you do see someone odd on one of the cliffs, off the beaten path, like 400, 500 feet away. You kind of glance around, just spot something. In one of the hills, or just by the side of the mountain, there's a small plateau where you see a bunch of canvases being displayed. Some blank, some with some painting, but you don't really know what. And you see one individual just kind of seemingly drawing all by itself. But also the look that the creature gives out, it just looks like a shade of death.
Okay. I would turn to Nathan and Dagger and say, "Oh, hold on. I'll be right back." I would make my way to the stranger.
Okay.
So, long story short for Nathan and Dagger, jewels aplenty. Question is, how good are your haggling skills with the Loxodons who've been doing this for centuries?
That is a very good question.
Well, if you can roll me persuasion, intimidation, or any other things.
Finally.
Intimidation would be very
Intimidation
stupid right
checks.
about now.
It would be
No,
very funny,
no.
let's be honest.
That's it. Remember, we all decided to take the intimidation check at the beginning of the campaign.
Was
This is
there
our
ever
time. This is our
intimidation check
moment.
that you
No,
used except
It's
for
passive
turn?
intimidation.
There
Oh,
might have
I-
been like one.
I You want to know something funny?
Hmm?
I didn't actually take intimidation.
Damn.
Why not?
some-
Continuing on.
I mean,
You get to
don't-
choose. What do you want to roll? I'll join you in whatever you do.
I mean, I already have +7 in persuasion, so same as with intimidation. So
Yeah, that's not how you want to do it.
Very well. Persuasion it is.
Nevertheless, feel it takes you a bit of time to just. It takes you a good like minute to approach, and as you approaching, you can immediately see that the person in question has seen you. It is aware that you're approaching, albeit it is not. It is not saying anything to you. It's minding her own business. What you basically see is a very, very fucked up elf with a lot of scarring on her face. And it's not scarring, it's just cracked skin. As you realize all of a sudden, she is undead. As she kind of looks at you as you approach about 40, 50 feet away. And you can basically see the drawings are very well made vistas of the surrounding areas. There's 3 canvases that are blank, 4 that have been basically made or finished, and 1 that is basically being drawn upon. The elf looks at you, Theo, and says, "Yes."
Theo looks at the artist and at first squints a little, but then shakes his head and just says, "Did you draw those? They're beautiful."
She seems to flinch a bit, her eyes looking a bit around. "Thanks." Kinda nods. "I did." Pick up a hobby.
Oh. Sorry, don't mind me for asking, but how did you end up like this?
Why am I here? Or why am I here? And when she says the second here, you can see she almost like not glows, but more like highlights whatever contortions in her face she can make.
And Theo just kind of raises his eyebrows off in a this one in a way.
Kind of looks over the horizon. Seems to look at the edges of the shore. About 3 years ago, I ran away, made onto a boat, befriended a weird metal. Got to the place, met its people, met a shady Kenku. Then made a pact with a god.
They heard Kenku?
And he just kind of stares into the horizon. I don't know where to go from here. There's no place for me. I don't know if I made the right choices. Do you regret what you've done? Do you regret your choices that have led you to this?
He just kind of blankly stares. I've forsaken my humanity. I felt it stripped away. I felt my last stop, the last living breath. evaporated from my lungs. I became a herald of death and destruction. Thought many things of me. But eventually I did found peace. I may be champion of an assassin. I may have nothing of my old life. But there's still so much more I can do with this one. The company is different. It kind of gives you a smile. Either one of irony or genuine smile. You really don't have a clue. Instead of talking to the common folk, family, talk with kings, emperors, and is it better company? Kinda shrugs. Don't really know. Time will tell, I suppose. But until that time comes, I shall draw, and when Jar calls me, I shall kill.
He just kinda places his hand where his heart would be, closes his eyes and says, Why did I have to change so much? The people I've met, I've learned everything from them. I was always so afraid of everything. Afraid of living, but first and foremost afraid of living. What? I don't know if people I'm here with made me so much stronger than I ever thought I could be. But in the same sense, they made me weaker. For the first time, I'm afraid to lose something.
Death is inevitable. Someone as personal as I am, I know this too. You will. She kinda picks up her palette with a bunch of paint. Seemingly a bunch of blues and a handful of greens. But there are many those who will live and are living. You will lose someone you love, someone you worship, or someone who just. But many more of those people come eventually. I, for one, am I immortal? Till Shar sees no use of me. Can befriend someone and maybe outlive them by generation. My advice, if you still have those who live and live a mortal life, make memories with them. But look upon more permanent, more longer, mortal life expectancy as friendship from now on.
losing people you love. I don't know if I'm strong enough for that. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I'd rather be alone.
None of us are strong. None of us are truly prepared when the time comes. When the time comes, we shall persevere. I did. Many who I know also did. I see you as no different as well. There is no weakness in belief. Remember that.
He just kind of turns away from them and drops his eyes a little bit and says, "Thank you. I just thank you. Your art is beautiful. Thank you for showing me."
Rug's looking away from you, continuing with her drawing. So,
He would,
this feel?
yeah, he would just take a moment to stare towards the ocean for a while, and then, after collecting himself, he'd go back to where he thinks Nathan would be.
Okay. So, Nathan.
Nathan and Dagger, not
Yeah.
far away, haggling for some diamonds with a 21 and a 22.
22 to 21. You can get a lot of diamonds for 90 gold pieces per 100 gold pieces worth. You haggle it below the actual price.
Now, how much money do we actually have?
That depends. I really hope Farron has told you how much money you had and how you got, because
Oh, so wait. So repeat the price
Hmm.
again.
90 gold worth. You basically lowered to 90 gold per 100 gold worth.
Okay, so I can get 2. What about you, Nathan? Oh well, it's my money, so never mind.
Well.
It's my business. I can't ask you to spend for me.
No, it's fine.
You sure?
I would get you a set of 100 as well. Like a set of 100 gold pieces worth.
Okay.
Just from the stuff I have in my pocket, and
So overall, that's 3, right? 3 sets.
3 sets.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So everybody did their little shopping for diamonds, as Dagger wanted a snack.
Mhm.
And I was just basically waiting for Leo to or not Leo, technically Britt, pick you up and send it. Send it to you.
While after picking up the diamonds and just reattaching the what's it called, like the bag back to my belt. I assume Thea would be meeting us basically halfway back to the cliff.
Yes. It would have taken him a few minutes, but
So,
Nathan, now follow me.
met someone interesting?
definitely.
Kinda looking over the city of Kelner, like also kind of enjoying the scenic view. This city is full of magic, and I believe spending your time here can teach you a lot of things. Taking a deep breath in, Nathan would look to you. Where do you want to go now?
I thought I'd made up my mind. Every time I do, I humble. I have so many things that I need to figure out. But I
We
don't
know
want to
this
do
much.
it alone.
The mission that you originally signed on for, hunting demons, is over. You witnessed as Tarumak's brother died before us. You were part of that mission, and we succeeded. How do you feel about that?
No, we won, but it felt so much like a loss. How are you holding up?
I'm happy. I held onto 2 oaths today. Tenets we promised to Tarumak. We would fulfill his duty. And a promise to Farron to never give up. To be honest, well, I can never fulfill Farron's oath to never give up. Cannot outrun infinity. It is horribly liberating to know that there's nothing that needs to be done right now. Just know this much. The Dragon War is still approaching. And whether we want to or not, we'll probably at least be witnesses to it. Things will
He would
happen
just
again.
look you directly in the eyes and says, I've grown to like you people. I really
stay
hope
with
I
us.
don't have to do things that I regret. I don't want us to be on opposite sides. And I can only hope for that.
If you don't want us to be on opposite sides. And he takes off his like he's still wearing the armor from the fight. He's like still partially covered in blood and gore, and it's only barely covered up and cleaned. He's taking off the glove, and he's like fully taking off the helmet. Takes both into his left hand and just takes the right hand to you. Join us. If we're on the same side, I dare hope that you will not betray us.
Nathan, you have your obligation, I have mine. You're my friend. But don't cross my way. You don't support what I support. Are we on the same page right now?
There are differences, things we will have to work out, but if we work it out together, I'm sure it will be fine.
Just takes your hand. I'm glad. Really glad.
Do you have to say, I think in a different time, he could have been one of the chosen as well. Like, Still that hand held, looking back out towards the horizon.
That means a lot
Hey.
to me.
You were declared. And he stumbles for a second because he actually doesn't know what you're called. He just knows that you're somehow divinely gifted. You were chosen to play a role. So were we. I think if we keep working together, we can stand on the same page of the history book. Preferably not on opposite sides.
He gives you a smirk. Preferably not. Handle it.
Sure, there's what we can do to improve our chances. You know what I told you about being prepared, being ready for everything?
Yeah, I remember.
Something from Theron, and he grins. The time of peace means you have the most time for training.
I suppose so.
For now, I guess it's time to go home. Really realize
Wherever
what
that
happened.
might be.
Oh, I know where it is. As he takes out a sending stone and once again tries to call Leo to send us home.
Oh.
That's on hold.
Because
I
Circle's
think
like,
we've
hey,
stayed long enough.
get everybody home. Like, okay, I'll do it. It's like, send us home. Okay. Leo's just like, okay.
We were absent from the rest of the group when they were
So
brought back, so here we are.
remind me,
Mhm.
what are most of you going to do now? I think I'll pursue a hobby till the next apocalypse hits.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe open up an alchemic shop. Pursue that line of work while I defend the place. Maybe the city I set up shopping. I could maybe roam, get someone to keep the shop open. I mean, I would say it's best to keep one occupied. A bit for let's call it meditation while being occupied. It's a good mental exercise. I'd find it.
Much
Now
so.
that one weight has been lifted, we might as well enjoy our time off. If there is one.
He kind of chuckles to himself. You can hear the grinding of diamonds as he does so.
Maybe find something to make me flesh again, if partially.
When I help you ascend to
I wouldn't
current
call
shape,
this ascension.
transformation.
Close enough.
When you changed into this, I told you to become the great alchemist of the Chosen of Tarumak.
My alchemy doesn't come from my diamonds. It comes from my head. That will never change.
He kind of like pats you on the shoulder. Then be sure to keep that trained. I want you to take honor to that title.
Oh, I will. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that after we part ways, we'll definitely find each other again. Chosen of Tarumak at some point. We can't be bothered to leave there for too long, I'm guessing.
If you dare just completely disappear, I will find you again, even if you don't want me to.
Well, I do hope you'll try. I'm kind of hard to miss right now.
Of course.
Theo, I'll be
Yes?
honest. I feel that as though you are part of this group, this family. As short as our time was together, you are welcome among us at any point in time. At least that's
He gives you a
how I
smile.
see it.
Thank
Well,
you.
As soon as I land back to the fortress, I'm definitely going to pack my things. Gonna need a long journey afterwards.
I think we all need a bit of a break after this.
You tell me. Then again, no, there's not a scratch on me. Kind of chuckles to himself.
So, give me a second. God, it's not gonna be fun for anybody today, is it? Okay.
Depression.
Yay.
Let's go to Brit and call. You're gonna be the final one. You know what you're up to. You know what you did.
I'm an innocent man who's committed no wrongs.
Yeah. Sure. Innocent man. Innocent. Anyway, give me a second. I just need to. I'm gonna change this. Brit.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. I can do this. See. So, a simple touch, and all of a sudden, the same familiar flash of light as the cue here takes somewhere else. All of a sudden, you're in a very nice house. Immediately you look around, and what you looked briefly from the roof, from above the city, you realize you're somewhere in the city. Everything is made of this like brownish stone. The floor is well polished and, you know, basically well maintained. The place looks like a very well furbished house, but also it looks kinda empty, like nobody really lives in here. As the illusion just kind of looks at you, kind of retracts its hand and kind of puts both of them and just kind of stares at you. It will take a moment. And now there's this awkward silence for it's you, Lecter's simulacrum, and you're basically just waiting, staring, unless you want to do something, I guess.
She's going to go. She's going to just. Are we just inside the house?
Yeah, you're inside
or...
a house. It's like it has chairs, table. It has like a. Wait, you can look at it through the room slightly. You can see there's a kitchen that is well stocked. But you basically look at it as like nobody has. It's not been lived in. Like nobody has touched the. All the chairs are in order. All the like everything is pristine. Either somebody just pristinely cleans it, or nobody really lives here.
Yeah. Gonna take some time, huh?
It will take a minute. just kind of looks at you.
Okay. She's going to just go into the main living room, like not even find a couch or a chair to sit on, and just go to, how they do where they're on their knees and they just put their hands on their legs and just meditate.
For the sole reason of hilarity, can you just roll me a D20? No, D100. That'd be funnier.
Soul hilarity. Oh boy.
Hey Vez, this would be a really good time to set off something will happen.
Shut the fuck up.
Please,
no,
dude.
that is
The last action of the campaign is just Vez says, "I would like to use something will happen, please."
You know what, Vess? I think we could go for a final firework.
Just 2d20s, Brit.
And then 2d20.
Yes. Nice. You all of a sudden hear, like, you kind of tune to the sound of the quiet of the interior, and occasionally, like, the subtle commotion of the outside. Nothing is happening there, but you can realize that it's the quieter part of the city. Not a lot of commotion. Occasionally you can hear a louder yell, a shout, some commerce somewhere out there. Dagger about the diamond prices, who knows? And then you can hear
I'm gonna cost the diamond inflation.
a commotion, a sound of yells and squeals of children. As all of a sudden you hear like all of a sudden just a bunch of like voice, like 6 or 7, and then you hear one of them go like a squeal, if you will, as all of a sudden through the fucking wooden door, this, you didn't check if it's locked or not, just a flash comes through and just blasts a hole through a solid wood door and just kind of crashes into the house, rolling over onto the floor and slightly bleeding out. What you look at it is you see a 3-foot tall human dragonborn that is now bleeding slightly from the forehead, but you see there's no sensation of fear, pain, the urge to cry, but more like like determination, almost anger. Anything you wish to do, Britt?
They don't notice me at all, do they?
No, they seem to be focusing on the hole in the wall, not the wall, the door that they basically made.
Interesting. I'm gonna turn my head towards the door. Or the opening.
You basically see a bunch of small Loxodon children all of a sudden stoop to look at the hole. As soon as they see your head poke out, one of them yells, "Run!" And all of them bolt away.
With them bolting, I'm gonna turn my head towards the dragon. The little dragonborn. And softly say,
Can you
Are
can
you-
you roll me an insight check?
Yes, I would very much like to do that. Give me a sec. Phone over. I would very much hope so. Yeah, 31.
You all of a sudden look at him and you're like, this is like a small dragonborn halfling with a bunch of scales. And then you see it just kind of compose slightly, and you almost instinctually see Doran in him. And then you like squint and it's like, no, that's... And for a briefest of moments, you just kind of get this epiphany. Not from you, but maybe from whatever you are, the matron. Is that a child, Doran? Just kind of this epiphany, this realization that it just kind of question that just kind of sounds true in your head. Is you basically see a 3-foot tall child seemingly compose itself. There's like a gash that looks like it's been made by a blade that is like making like a small river down its cheek and shoulder, but it's unfazed. As Lecter just kind of stares at the kid and says, Maroon. The kid looks at you, Britt. Looks back at Lecter. Am I in trouble? Lecter immediately just looks at you, Britt. And he's here. And all of a sudden, you hear sounds of footing on the roof.
Delivery.
On the roof, just like a thud. And then you hear something on the second floor. And you hear calming sounds, like calm footsteps. In this, what you could only assume is your very average adventuring gear, like brown leather, a hood, like undescript as possible. But under the shade of the cloak, you basically see Doran staring at his kid, but also immediately locks eyes with you. And before he takes another step, Lecter almost like steps 1 foot in front of you and says, the kid did it to himself, not her. Britt, the child is now guilt-driven, incredibly. Completely doesn't care that it's bleeding out its forehead still. There's a sizable amount of blood on the floor now. As Doran just kind of walks to you, Britt, looks at the small child Maroon, and looks at Lecter, and Lecter immediately just nods and just grabs Maroon by the shoulder, and they both vanish, now leaving you and Doran alone. There's a good moment, few moments of calmness. How can I help you?
Jeez. Well, we had found our way over here. Me and my family. We had just taken care of my mentor's brother, as he set us out to do.
There is a slight smile on his face. I actually did it without any invasion or anything other. I'm impressed.
Well, we had a wizard to thank for that. Arguably, not as we had planned, or even as Tarumak planned, but it all worked out in the end.
Guess consider yourself lucky then. So
Very.
he kind of like leans against the wall, just kind of looks at you, eyes you a bit. Well, I guess you have my congratulations. If you want power for it, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give you any to it.
No, it was more. I was going to talk to you about this sooner or later, depending on other events, but opportunity arose, so I guess I'm going to talk to you about it first. Before we left, there was the King of Hadash requested a presence concerning the demon invasion, and since we did that beforehand, I was thinking we might have an opportunity to set up part of the Iron Scales in that area.
It's true, but actually that is not my forte. That is more like Gen's. You met Gen before, right?
I heard of him.
Oh, no, he points
Oh,
down
yeah.
at you. No, you definitely met him. Or at least he met you.
Yeah? Oh, yes. Well, it's more. And I haven't talked to this with my fellow teammates and brothers, but should things go accordingly, I do have a keep that we might be able to use.
Good. Oh, that would be a lot more easier, I guess.
And also, I met an interesting person who was in charge of that keep. His name was Karas. I don't know if you know him.
Shakes his head.
Well, apparently he's the giant, a red continental dragon. And he has now bestowed upon me some power, and I've now become a matriarch of red dragons.
All of a sudden, the meter towards you becomes incredibly more colder and hostile. I see. What does that have to do with this current situation and the future then?
It provides me with an opportunity to help the Iron Scales out more than I could ever think. I have the ability to bring red dragons under my control, and a part of a brood. My thought was that maybe we could have them employed and into the Iron Scales.
I see. Well, that is interesting piece of news, I suppose. Nevertheless, the discussion for the keep for the Iron Scales expansion. It'd be better. And the whole deal, the proposition that you... He seems to pause, seemingly biting his tongue a bit. There's all of a sudden this air of mistrust upon you. Anything else?
Can I insight that?
Yeah, roll me insight. Let's see if you can pass his little pass.
Oh boy.
Yeah, his little passive. No.
Yeah.
You have no clue. The exact reason why.
No, nothing here that I know of. I could regale you with everything that happened during the fight, but it seems like you are busy at the moment. So maybe another time.
It's
a good-looking kid.
If you are gonna align yourself with the iron scales, we're gonna talk a lot more often than you think. You didn't get to meet the team.
I am aware. And you'll get to meet my team as I slowly put it together as well.
There's for the first time actually a broad smile. A band of misfit adventurers.
Yep. Talented individuals. Maybe just go the same as paladins. Maybe they'll have some other abilities. I already have my first candidate. She's not talking about his kid.
Kind of looks around a bit. Well, if you need a house to stay or a place to wind down, this place is not at all used. Use it as you may. As for me,
No.
I have to go. Farewell, Brit. Again.
Hopefully sooner than later.
And then he just kind of extends his hand, just kind of looks through, like 6 rings on his fingers, and just seems to fidget in one of them a bit too, almost to the point of infuriating. And then just you see his face look slightly like bliss or just realization of something as he just disappears in white light.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
Okay, so at this point, technically all 7 of you, as Nathan, you and Theo and Dagger, reconvene with everybody else. And of course, since you asked for Leo would ask Leo would just come to you, teleport to you, and then he would just look around quickly and just kind of rub his hands together. So, is everybody ready? Britt, you're not there, by the way.
Yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, let's go.
Kind of looks around. I guess. And then he claps his hands twice, and there's almost like the sensation of sudden pain on Leo's face as this sheeming blue light appears, and all of you return back to the hold.
Could I have noticed the pained expression?
All of you did, but before that,
Okay.
Britt,
Uh-huh.
you just kind of awkwardly stand there for a good half a minute, and then lectures. You don't know if it's a real lecture, simulacrum that you met with, or a completely different simulacrum, and just kind of looks at you and says, "You wish to depart? Your business concluded?
Yes.
Extends the hand again.
Okay, take it again.
Okay. And then all 7 of you basically disappear and vanish, essentially. Back to the hold. Now is the time for the 8th person that has not spoken once. Give me a second. Question for Cole, if you will.
Go for it.
I know you said you're gonna, teleport out, but where exactly are you teleporting?
Oh, I could describe it pretty heavily if you want, without any problem.
Let's do it.
So, and you might need a small music change here, but
Is this not the right music, Smiley?
No, something with more rain.
Oh, rain. Oh.
But
Fallen down reverb, slowed down for extra emotional damage.
I think rain can actually do this. I mean,
I'll take what I can get. So you're good. With that said, he teleports in front of his house. Not his personal house, his family house, the house that houses his parents. He looks up at the sky, almost pissed it would have the audacity to be anything but storming and thundering. As if the weather should also mourn, and in an unstable state of his own mind, let slip a spell of Subtlecast on control weather. And
you're gonna change the weather.
to make, as the weather now begins to reflect his state of grief.
Well, here's the thing. Can you roll me a D100 contested roll against the city of Alacor? just a slight contest.
60.
Roll me another, just a D20.
D20.
Oh my fucking god. All of a sudden, you see, like, it's clear skies, because it's Alacor, it's the capital of the Platinum Seas. They have controlled weather for reasons, of course. And then all of a sudden, you just look at the sky and you feel a jolt of lightning. As also you hear an echoing crack, just like a window crashing through the horizon. As all of a sudden a massive centralized storm manifests above you and about like a mile around. As the rain begins to pour, there's all of a sudden you can hear sounds of people in commotion as they're not used to all of a sudden just rain pouring down on them. Additionally, you do see, as you look back down, the door opens up and you see one of the serfs or servants of the house just open the door, look up into the sky, seeing as it's cloudy, and then we'll look at you with confusion, and you see the petrified, fearful look of just seeing what you're carrying.
Fetch mother and father. And
It wants
takes
to
a step.
It wants to take a step to like ask if what happened, and then he like it's a human in his 30s. You see his complexion freeze and witches, and you know that he knows what you're carrying is dead. And there is this almost a moment of, I'm gonna pass out. This is not what I signed up for today. To, oh fuck. And he literally opens the door wide, loses his professionalism, and just mutters, oh shit. And he doesn't. He doesn't do his, subtle telepathy with everybody to communicate. He just, let me check. Can he maintain his composure?
I'm not making.
Damn. He's not.
He's
losing his composure immediately. He yells, "Summon the lady and lord of the house." You see a handful of people coming from either side rooms or stopping what they're doing, cleaning or maintaining the stuff, trying to almost like scold the servant until they look at you, what you're carrying. Let me roll something real quickly. Oh my fucking god. In the course of like a half a minute, from maintainers, librarians, cooks, all just basically emerged from the ruckus, like from the commotion, and out of those like 11 people, only 3 of them compose themselves and stand still with saddened looks. That is one of the cooks, the elder librarian, and one of the older servants. And everyone else essentially tried to compose themselves, but then lose themselves to grief. And you don't need to roll insight. That is genuine grief. Like, that is not the, oh, I'm gonna grief to get some extra points. No, this is genuine grief, and one of them just straight up passes out.
As there's a commotion begins and people start corralling, and I take the first step towards the house, a puddle's now forming on the streets for the first time in the city in a long time. And I look at the raindrops, deep buried into my subconscious, countless memories of countless timelines. And so many of them reflect this scene, different clothes, different times, different remnants of a body, but nonetheless this scene reflected in 1,000 different ways in the water drops themselves, reflecting what could have been. Him desperately looking for a reality that he walked home with his sister alive. And there is no moment that matches this. This is how it was meant to happen.
Give me a second. Gonna roll this real quickly. Oh god. Okay. So immediately it takes half a minute. Basically everybody in the house or around the house, inside the house, all the serfs essentially realize what happened, and then comes a flashing radiant blue light and you see your father just, emerge. And he raises his hand towards you, almost like to try to hold you, like 10 feet away from you. Just kind of stares at your sister's body. You can hear the clattering, not clatter, but the clenching of teeth. And you might consider one of them has been broken by the sudden pressure of the jaw. As he is visibly shaking. There is a small droplet of blood coming out of his mouth. His composure, his well done hair becomes erratic, becomes riddled with rage and pain. And he kind of looks at you with eyes of rage, but also incredible grief and sadness. What is... What?
And as he mutters this, flash of lightning strikes, and an illusion he spells. He cannot say the words, only conjure the image. The moment, the break in Hell's Deep. In a fight most devastating. The moment where he was separated from her.
All of a sudden, you start to hear a sound, a very large resounding sound of bells. Cole, I don't need you to roll because your passive history check would know this. There are several bells to indicate several chimes or events that are occurring. And these are like these thunderous, massive ones that echo through the cities. That usually are to inform that a child of Mystra has died, or someone, or like some of the magisters have died, or no, a singular one. And they sound to sound off, and you don't really know if it's because of you, or is it because of other children of Mystra informed that what has transpired. There is... How do I say this? You never seen your father so devastated before. Anything that you've seen previously essentially pales in comparison. He wants to cry, as he does. He wants to scream, which he barely contains. But also he just wants to strangle you. Not because of something you did, but more because the pain. The urge to just kill something. To redeem, to exchange a life for a life. And then another flash of light, albeit several others. It's a bunch of younger, late teens, maybe young adults, acolytes, basically students of Platinum Seas, with your mother in one of their grasps. As you can clearly see, got a passive medical check, because I know how high your modifiers are. She's unconscious. She passed out, and most likely the reason is because somebody has told her of the news. As all the students essentially kind of look around a bit in confusion and kind of freeze, staring at you and what you have, and kind of lays your mother on just a couch. trying to just make sure that she's alright. And now there's this awkward a conversation between students of what to do. We just put her down, just tell her. And also the sensation of, oh, holy shit, that's a child in misery and she's fucking dead. like, what do we do here? Do we just leave? Is it disrespectful? Do we go? And of course, a handful of servants who have regained some sort of composure try to attend to their lady. And I was just very awkward and sad. Cole, is there anything you wish to do? Your father is struck in grief and rage. Your mother is unconscious from potential shock. The bells are ringing out through the capital. What is it you like to do?
As my mother is laid out on the couch, there's a moment where I must maintain composure for everyone else around. And I conjure elegant fabrics and cloths of blue and purple and platinum coloring around my dead sister. And a few magics later, he knows that time is shorter than he wished, and so much noise and grief around him, he just needs one more moment. And I cast Time Stop. As the rain stills in air from outside the windows, as everyone's emotion and frantic confusion builds for but a few precious seconds. And a casket from the weaves of magic is produced below his sister that he still holds in his arm. And he lays her down. And waves his hand, closing the casket for the moment. It is royal in gold, embroidered in diamond. And puts a hand on it and says, "Until we meet again, my dear sister." Seems the burden is now on my shoulders. You can rest now. And his hand takes it off. He looks to the room. And time continues. It flips on.
Hold on a second.
Whoa. Oh.
Before you continue forward. So it will a
Okay.
handful of things about it. Da 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 da. Hmm. All of a sudden, hear a simple voice. Losing someone you care about is never easy. I once also held someone I cared about. But beyond that lie the future of the very world, this very city. You have my condolences, young one. As you turn around, you see a familiar person, albeit it is not the real deal. In front of you, or I guess behind you, as the time is still stopped. You know him as Howell. Howell the First. Makes very rarely public appearances, but whenever he does have simplified illusions of himself, and this one is, of course, that.
Looking at the time magic prolonged beyond its natural use, the master of time, nay to them but god of time, stands before him. And he looks forward, but he knows this scene. He knows what needs to be said next, as his eyes unfocus for a moment at the droplets raining outside. More futures, more timelines, more possibilities. Endless. And he knows which one he must grasp for. His eyes refocus on the skeletal man. Death is often a time for grief. But often those with responsibility greater than our own must temper it, for our work is yet done. And I'm afraid that old secrets and old times are dying. He looks, and his eyes sharpen, still tainted with grief, but now focus. After all, if the Sixth City did not last forever, even under your careful watch, and old ascensions must have been prevented. His eyes further sharpen. Then you understand just how high that price is.
He grabs the staff. That is not really it is not a physical thing, but as it grasps it and it kind of scrapes it, you can see the illusion of the staff fade as his eyes, almost that of a predator. I see you gaze beyond the careful eye of that that we worship. Very well. Since you have peered into the truth, you shall have it. You shall speak of it. But for now, history has been made. A grim history, but history nonetheless. For never as before, so many children have fallen a single day. A long time of mourning ahead of us. And after it, discussions on the future of the Platinum Seeds and the world. Now grieve.
We shall talk again.
Now grieve, young one. There is no weakness in it. As all of a sudden, you are forced to blink and just the rain continues. Everything proceeds to go as before. The commotion of everyday life continues on, and the grieving in your household does not stop. So,
And
that's for you, Cole. That's yeah, I know we're gonna have a long thing ahead of us. Don't worry about
but
it.
this
Unless you wanna do one
this
final
scene
thing.
is good. All I will say is that the time moves again as but a flash to everybody else, a lightning strike, and then a casket, and then Cole turned around. And slow walk to his father. As now, once after half a century, he embraces him and slowly falls to his knees, his mother on the couch beside. And he cries long into the night until there are no more tears and no more rain.
Anyway, so. Ooh. Back to the people in the hold. Give me a second. That's for the rest of 7 of you. I just need to find the actual thing. Where is it? Fuck. Can't find it anymore. Oh no, I found it. Never mind. You do basically just return back to the hold. Brit, you get essentially put out, outside. While everybody else, you're basically dead center. Basically where last you saw Leo vanish into nothing, you reappear and you look around and all is there. Nothing is scorched, nothing is broken, even though there was significant signs of fighting beforehand.
Different music?
Oh yeah, give me a second. Just it's a lot of juggle. There you go. See if this will suit. Will this be better? Whoop. There you go. It is somewhere 9 in the morning, remind you. Or remember. It's still early.
How does the place look right now?
The place
We basically started a war here.
it looks unscathed. Albeit one thing that is missing is where there used to be a Kara's nest. There is literally just a small little pole with a note on it. Everything
he
else
was
is
kind to leave a
perfectly
note.
clean.
I can read. I read note.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
Did you read out
those,
much?
Please do read it out.
the Brit, it simply reads, "To whom who may concern, once the mightiest being in this plane was a steward to this place. And for the paladins, I've taken all the gold, but I cleaned the place up. And for Brit,
Motherfucker!
you will be called upon in a few years. Train and be sharp." And at the very bottom, there is in what seems to be a signature, a paw resembling a red pseudo dragon. Printed.
Motherfucker stole all our gold.
God damn it! I was going to get myself a shop.
Well.
Does that mean we have to resume adventuring?
Oh,
No.
It would certainly be
You do
nice to
need-
take an adventure with less stakes.
You know what? Yeah, maybe we could go at a local guild. Well, at least I'm gonna do that.
Or hunt.
I have a few plans that might involve coming across dragon hordes. I might be able to
Oh.
get some money for us.
Actually, I might actually.
Maine
be
was
able
still
to-
registered at the
Yeah, I could. take a
Adventurers
few
Guild in
dragons.
Colmesh.
I suppose we can do that as you guys can do that as well. I'll keep that'll
The
keep you
meta-
guys busy for
The
the time
metallic
being.
ones are friendly, right?
Hmm.
Diamond one.
In other sense, I assume everyone's not going to be here continually at the keep.
Nah.
Depends
Part of me
really.
never wants to
Brit?
see this place again.
You
yeah.
have called me co-leader, but you are still the leader of this troop.
Oh yeah,
How do you want us to continue?
I need to tell you something before you continue anything this. Everybody's here except 3 engineers, Inca, and Vorica.
Damn it. I'm sure we can figure out some stuff. I mean, I assume, and this is just an assumption, that Panis may need clearing out still.
Oh. I mean, I suppose I could build a shop.
It would make it makes more sense to clear it out than to leave it full of the undead.
You know what? Agreed. And
Yeah, at this
time,
point, I think we can make short work of it.
leave some for the rest of us, please. I need some good.
I mean, I'll
stone
try.
crunching.
No promises.
Yeah,
To Tanis, then.
I suppose so.
Not quite.
I-
We still do have a prior obligation to a specific king.
What? Really?
Well,
That's
I mean,
still
we
really
kind of-
going.
we kind of solved the problem already.
Still,
So can
Nope.
we just
Nope.
we said
nope.
we said we would be there, so I intend on going there.
Nathan sighs slightly with slight chuckle and like shaking his head, but he does get the point.
Besides, I need to ask him if I can bring the iron scales to this continent.
Oh, hey, do you think we could ask for payment for having resolved the problem? To the king?
If you come with me, you can ask.
So,
There's a big smile on her face about it.
All right, I'll go once. Then I'm off to Tanis.
And in the discussion, the reason why I ask is because I was wondering if I would be able to, if it's with everyone else's permission, I can turn this into the base of the iron scales.
Sure about this.
That's why I asked first.
I don't see any
have
problem
no
with it.
sentiments against it?
All right.
You need to do something best, just tell us.
Yeah, but I kept getting over every time I say something. I get a.
And say something loud and just don't stop.
Say it now.
You have the space now. Just
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to be rude. Very much before even Dagger leaves and such, because Vess is gonna do something real quick. First up, Vess will walk over to Dagger and pull a smaller bag of one of her bag of holdings, and holds it out to Dagger. Do you take it?
You pulled out a small dragon.
No, a
And
bag.
A bag?
Yeah, a bag out of a bag of holding.
Oh, okay, I'm going to grab it. What's this?
Rubies.
Oh. Oh. Thank you, Bess. Kinda. You know what? I'm actually gonna test it. What happens if I eat one?
Crunch.
for some reason, it does not break down in your mouth. It does not just break.
Oh. Well, they're tough, that's for sure.
keep
You know.
eating it.
Honestly, listen, I thought about Chadwick's dragon. I thought it would be neat. Never mind. So, are you actually giving these to me?
I have no need.
Need for them in the Feywilds.
All right. And honestly, good luck to you when you visit the Feywilds. Hope your hunts are worthy of you.
It is but another war.
I mean, hope you win most of them, if not all.
And Vess looks at you, Britt, and then walks over to you.
I promised you something. So, Matriarch of the Dragons, here you go.
And she gives you one of the bags of holding.
Okay. I'ma take it. You was in it.
You have to open it and find out.
I open it, yeah, of course.
Do you try to pull out the item?
Cautiously now.
No twisting no balls.
Okay. As you start pulling out this massive, and I do mean massive, nail of a dragon.
Oh. Thank you.
I figured you have more use for it than me.
I'll figure out a use for it. I have a few ideas.
She nods, Vess nods, and then looks away, looks around, and starts sensing things.
You said you're headed to the Feywild.
I have but one more stop before I leave.
When you go, can I come with you?
Sure. I will wait till you're ready to depart.
I might be able to take both of you at some point.
I have my own ways.
All right. Well, then I'll let you two go and do that. And well, anyone
Going on a
else?
detour. Looking to Chadwick.
Yeah, I'm good either helping you with tennis, or I do want to get back to the Feywild sooner rather than later.
It does make sense that us remaining purify and get rid of the undead where our adventure began.
If any of you aren't coming with us on our first expedition, you're always welcome to join later.
All right, yeah, Vess, if you don't mind, I'll help them out with that, and then I'll meet back up with you.
She
With
nods.
us working together, it won't be a wasteland for long.
Do note,
And
I
after
will
what we've done
wish.
today,
Go ahead.
Yes.
after what we've done today, clearing our town, it shouldn't be difficult.
Oh. We've learned anything
Nothing to say,
is never to give an inch, though.
Well, while you're having this discussion, all of a sudden, someone claps their hands and takes a very long sigh. And you look at the person, and it is Orno. You know, the boy.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit I was not helpful at all, as much as I wished I would be. Alas, the contract that I made has been completed.
You're welcome to kick around. Stick around and kick up your feet.
I might.
Or if you decide to travel, you're always welcome back here.
I might consider it. Alas, I have to find my brothers and sisters. I made a promise, and I shall fulfill it to the letter.
Nods. Like, well then, wish you luck on that.
I wish you luck as well, all of you. You've been an interesting bunch. Legends may still be written about you yet. I'll come one day in helps some other tasks. Take care. And he just gives a wave, he just proceeds just to go away.
It's like, he thinks too low of himself. In any sense, I think we need to at least give at least one day's rest before we head to Tannison to free it. Unless there's any other objections.
I'll just stay quiet for a bit.
Code word for have fun, guys.
So unless there's any other
quickly. Brits, when I have a word in private with you,
Yes, of course.
leading you to side room. And ironically enough, because it's been our conversation space before, I'm going to propose the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I will lead you to the side, and once there, I'll just tell you about the fact that I have formally offered Theo to be part of these paladins. Of course, not
Mhm.
being able to grant the title of Chosen of Tarumak because that's not a thing anymore, but that I would like Theo to be officially accepted as a paladin amongst us. And as a co-leader, I've already made the decision, but I'm just telling you this, so you may veto this if you disagree.
I've already
But
accepted her.
She's
it
going
looks
to.
like Nathan is quite iron on this.
Yeah. She's gonna think like. Yes. I do believe that's a good gesture. He seems like he definitely does need a place to call home.
And let's show him home tomorrow.
Let us do that then.
Very well.
And right before you leave, it's like grabs your shoulder. It's like, did we do the right thing with Tarumak?
I think we've done all we can. You know exactly that with Terramark it was never about perfectly right. Some of the things we've done were quite against what the Center's Order told us, but here we are. We did what was best, what was right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, Rexus.
yes.
If I'm not tied up with something else I'm not aware of, I would like to show up the day after, if that's the case. There's a few things, but if not, if I'm tied up, you know something I don't, go for it.
Oh no. Like, is everybody just gonna go take a rest? I guess 9 in the morning. Just woke up, had a AA meeting.
Cleaning up the rest of what little fighting rubble there is. If I remember correctly, Kara's disposed of most of it. When he says cleaned up, like after taking a look at that note,
It looks spotless. Like nothing has ever happened here. Not a single
what I'm
thing.
curious about is whether he considers cleaned up also the fourth story,
The what now?
the highest level that was mostly collapsed.
Oh yeah,
He started working with,
it is clear.
because we've never looked in detail as to what actually is there.
It is basically this almost the same thing as the third one. Like the second floor, albeit you realize you can literally clear the mountain and there's just gonna be an opening. There's no ceiling. There is just the mountain. So if you one day wish to clear the mountain, you could have. Can, and you're basically gonna have a 3-story fortress with
Open roof.
Yeah.
3.5
Very
stories.
open concept.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, what is everybody doing?
I'd actually like to run over to the forge real quick and check in on the eggs.
The eggs are cracked open. The contents, however, are missing.
Motherfucker.
Alright.
Chadwick going to tell Britt this?
Yeah. I'm gonna come back and I think that little fucking dragon stole our babies.
Perception, everybody.
Definitely perceive
I guess
this.
Britt and Chadwick, I guess.
Okay.
Just Bryn Chadwick is like,
Yeah, because I assume Chadwick is like, oh shit, the base, and then Britt just fucking ignores the stairs, just goes through the fucking portal.
Jesus fuck.
No clips into the lower floor.
The T-pose, no clip.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to remember what my perception is.
Britt has it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
What you basically realize, you see the colonists are expired, and it's basically destroyed shells. Few of them are still kind of in the same original position. Clearly open from inside out. But they're nowhere to be found. And then you look over the forge, and you see literally 4 whelplings. No, like a medium, not like a small cat, like not a kitten, but like a small cat. There's now four dragons essentially on top of the burning ass coals. You for a brief moment, oh no, they just burned themselves to death. But no, they're just there. How to get them out without any fire resistance or immunity? Now that's a different question. But they're there. Seemingly
She's
asleep.
going to just. It's like, There they are. I think I'll keep an. These are red dragon too, right?
The dragon eggs are red dragon, if I recall.
Yes, they're all.
There's gonna be something that just clicks in Brit's like. I'll keep an eye on them until they wake up.
just stares at the forge for hours and
Well, no, I'll just keep an ear out for when they start to stir. Where's Arthur, by the way? Is he in there? In the forge?
back to furnace.
No, not in the
Oh,
furnace.
he got teleported. And he is as confused as most of them.
Yeah, she's gonna be walking through. Eventually, she's just going to spot him and just using as much speed without hurting him is literally just going to hug him.
Crunch. Several cracks can be heard. Non-lethal, I promise.
She instinctually she's going to land a kiss, realize what she's doing, pull back, pull away, blushing red. It's like, well, glad to see you're safe.
You too. That's so tight. That's so tight.
Oh, sorry. Still getting used to the strength.
Do
you keep an eye on Laura?
Yeah, she's. He wants to point, but then he just exhales. Oh, there.
I look. Where do I see Laura?
Yeah, you do see her. She is very unaware of what just happened.
She has no idea why she just poofed and then
Yeah, she's like, ooh, shiny stuff. Aww.
Yeah. She's gonna go in for a very, very, very gentle hug.
Crunch.
No, shut up.
Oh. Oh, god damn it. Ooh. Yeah, she does. she does.
Yeah. But yeah, so throughout the whole time, she's going to like, well, does anybody wish to help me cook dinner?
Run looks at you. We just had breakfast. Like 40 minutes ago.
Oh, right. Sorry, so much
Vincent is slightly skewed.
so much happened. Time dilation, wibbly wobbly. And the better time
Horrible
to
if you
get
can
it
see time
prepped,
dilation.
I'm still going to make it prepped. It's going to be a very big meal.
Sure. So.
Yes, let us pump everything we can into this.
Oh my god, sure.
Into
Oh
this-
god. So,
into this bloody meal.
I have a simple question. Does anybody has anything stuff, or just they want the day to pass?
Are there, with the given equipment that we have currently, can Nathan try to figure out how to make a very basic ring from an iron bar?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nathan is going to take a very specific iron bar and make it into rings. And with a few leather cords, we'll basically prep them as necklaces.
I would say you don't need to roll anything because it's like not magical. Anything, just basic. And there's plenty of moles, and yeah, it's not exactly hard for you. It just takes like 4 hours, depending on how many you want to do. Actually,
One for every paladin.
Yeah, that would be like
And-
5 hours. Because you don't have you have only one mold, basically. You don't have.
Mhm.
So it's-
Actually, you know what? I will also take the outsiders of the paladins that are still there. So, all my outsiders. So Theo, Cole, and Vess. So I basically have a longer day today.
You know what? As for Vesh,
I
he would
already
just-
have advantage on everything, Britt.
Oh no, this is for me.
Oh god.
Well, the only two things Vesh will do is feed her kids and put away 2 items into the armory, even though the battle's already over, and that's a pair of boots and a ring. I guess she doesn't need them anymore.
Sergal is going to take off the Tarumak armor and is probably never going to put on that set of armor again.
Is he also putting that in the armory?
It reeks so much of the hells by this point. Let's be honest.
Takes a whiff. You hear.
Yeah, it's like teenage locker room from hell, literally.
Yeah. Quite literally, you take a whiff of it and you hear the Minecraft poison sound effect. It's-
Yeah.
No, Sergal, but it also
it's coming up.
Okay, so you're also putting it in the armory. So I'm guessing you will be bump into Vest one more time.
I'm sorry, my real brain is tired. I didn't understand what you just said.
It means you might bump into Vest also during
Yes.
that time, yeah. Okay. Well, then you see Vest putting away a few items, pretty much some boots that he clearly wore, and a shiny ring. She noticed you and looks at you.
Sergal?
What are your plans now that all this is over?
Another war, another battle. I left behind what I do not need. Soon, me and my children will leave to the Feywilds, and for 200 years, I must wage the war of the Fays.
Sounds like a fair fight. Sounds like a fun fight to me. I have my own wars to battle, though, so I'm probably going to stay here. If in those 200 years you happen to pop up again back in the material plane, Tennis will have a place for you. We'll make sure of that.
She nods.
We shall see. But knowing you and those you support and around you, I will definitely see.
Sergal smiles and nods a bit at the compliment.
Stay strong.
Certainly a change of pace fighting with you. Going from fighting with probably some of the most formulaic people I know to one of the most instinctual and in the best way possible. I've learned a lot.
And you've learned.
To survive.
And once Sergal is done doffing, which will probably take, I'm pretty sure plate armor takes like an hour or something crazy to take off.
Oh.
For experienced people, 10 minutes.
Well, still, Vess is probably the first one out.
Yeah, Vess is probably the first one out. Even with her movement speed, she's out after she unloaded things, and then poof.
It doesn't even take.
You just vanish. She just disappear, and like, yeah, later, bye, bye, peace sign.
What are my chances that I still catch you before you disappear?
No, I don't disappear. I just walk away. I mean, I'm still promised Chadwick to pick up. Just leave the room, but I just go really fast. I just go by normal walking speed of 150 feet.
Run through the halls.
No, walks. That's her walking speed. Running is
Power
is
walks through the room.
Power walks, yeah.
Quickly catch up. Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
She's still there. She's just gonna wait for Chadwick now. That's all Vess is doing.
Chadwick. Outside, there's a very big fucking dragon. Made of melee quartz now. Yeah.
I'll go out and kind of stroke the side of his head. Hey, buddy.
It is very fucking big. Like how do I say this? He could you assume the interior of the keep would be a bit too big, too small for him now. If you can make it through the door.
I'll pet the side of his head. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to be going to the Feywild. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to bring you. Do you want to guard the keep, or what would make you happy?
Roll me a d20.
Nine.
You're mostly certain that it would be actually very much just going with you. Just a sensation. That's just there.
Alright. While I'm still standing here, I'll pull out my sending stone. Hey, Vess. Your method of getting back to the Feywild. Would it be able to handle a big fucking dragon too?
You get a moment and she responds.
I do not know, but we can certainly try. So it is probably for the best that we ask, my benefactor.
All right, well, I'll be right out front of the keep. You know how to get out here.
And then in only a few seconds, she just power walks over there.
Massive fucking dragon, of course. Some places you can just basically see through for the entire thing.
You may jump in just for a moment.
Huh?
Now it is the next day.
No, it's not.
But, I would
It's
get-
not
it's
the
not.
next day.
Oh, is it? Oh, you
No.
guys haven't even gone to bed yet. You guys are.
No,
you
because
guys
you
are
started
having a moment.
encounter like 9 in the morning.
It
No,
is
I'm sorry.
still,
I
like,
just meant after the long
lunchtime.
rest.
It's fine, it's fine.
Clarification.
I know you're waiting for the
That long
longest.
rest is closely approaching.
Mhm.
But I
just
do
want to be able
hope
to say a
that
proper goodbye to this. That's all.
that will be happening today, probably.
So,
After, given that nobody else here is doing anything that's like taking long amounts of time, once my time of working on those ring necklaces is done, I would just carry them around in a pouch until I find people. And actually, you know what? I'll do this during dinner. For the moment, I will just join Brit in whatever she has planned for the day.
Very meticulously preparing the big meal, the celebratory meal, while at the same time keeping an ear out for when the little baby dragons
I see.
whelplings stir,
I
so she
see.
can be there when they wake up.
So, Vess, Chadwick, are you gonna go to the Feywild and try? See how it goes?
But Bess still has one more stop on the material plane, but you wait for Chadwick.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, Vess, you do your thing. We'll be here until you get back.
Bess then nods. Araxis.
Yes.
Transport with plants. Via plants. And my destination, the desert. The desert where she grew up in. Any cactus, any plant, anything will
Okay.
be the destination.
Just roll me a D1 million.
1 million.
Yes, you're like any cactus, any plant.
What, in the desert, where she's from?
You spawned
Yeah,
inside
it's
of
a large
gambling
fucking
mountain.
desert.
Well, it doesn't matter. Where she
I
ends
know,
up,
you're like RNG. Take me RNG.
1, 2, 3.
That's not a million. A million is
That's like
that's
a
a
million.
that's a billion. Why did you do that? Is that a
I
million?
don't know. I am
6 zeros. 6 zeros. Come on.
6 zeros.
I believe in you. Yes.
Imagine if you rolled a 1 though.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. You basically teleport, or guess, just manifest in front of a literal like 2 feet wide water spot with a handful of weeds and a small little cactus with its flowers in full bloom. And as soon as you just look around, you all of a sudden see a small little prey box, like a small little creature, no bigger than a feet. Immediately just scatter away from the location.
Okay. I let it go.
Yeah.
And Vess just walks out to where there's plenty of sand. She looks around the place, looks up at the sky because
The red
she had to
sun.
leave the desert. Yeah, the red sun.
It stares at you. Gleams at you.
She closed her eyes, and then very much just a little pray towards the red sun.
And it sounds like this. Thank you for guiding me. But now another war awaits me. I shall take a gift from the desert and then leave.
And she picks up a clump of sand in her claw, puts it in one of the bags, and then goes back to the hold.
There you go.
That's it. That's the last thing she had to do.
Nice.
And now she's ready to leave with the snakes, Chadwick, and the dragon to the Feywilds.
Well, Chadwick, what's holding you up? Let's see.
The dinner that Brut is preparing.
Well, Vass, you gotta wait a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, dinner. More like lunch, I guess.
If Vess gets back before the dinner, then there'll just be a note carved into the ground with my weapon. I've never been good at goodbyes, but it's been fun.
So, Britt, it takes you less 30, 40 minutes. And I don't know what you had in mind, but it is done. But a 58, yeah.
Yeah.
You have enough to feed everyone, even though everybody ate less than 2 hours.
Well, it's the slow process. We're doing the slow
Oh, God.
slow cooking.
Oh,
She's making pot roast.
Okay, it's gonna take a lot longer then. Okay,
That's
so,
kind of the point.
Okay.
She's kind of in the kitchen and in the forge, making sure if anybody needs to talk
everybody
to her.
roll me a d20.
Everyone?
Yes, except for Cole. To see how time goes by and see if anything cool happens.
Sergal probably spends most of his time splayed out on a bench with Tella.
It takes very long time, and it is really a fucking slow cook. It takes 10 fucking hours.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine. And just kind of for those who knew what the fuck just happened, they're very relieved that it's over. For those who are oblivious, just kind of shrug it off what has transpired. For Cole, it's nothing to say. Essentially, the entire society, the entire planet of seas, is now in a state of grief. For how long, you really don't know, because what you have witnessed, Cole, the deaths. So many children have not died, so you are preoccupied. No, as not only you lost a family member.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't worry. Next day, yeah, when next day comes. However, when an evening comes, 7-ish, 8-ish p.m., Chadwick of all people, it's late. The steaming, the aroma of the slow cooking, it's kind of makes you hungry. People are preparing to eat, and people discussing plans on what to do. Chadwick, you notice something in the sky you haven't noticed before, even though you gaze upon the stars 1,000 times over. Somewhere to the northeast, somewhere towards Tanis, you look at your maps correctly. In the sky, in the mixture of, the slight blues, tinges of yellowish, and the spots of pale white lights, you see something new there. A small little constellation. of reddish stars. 6 stars in total. That you can sworn have not been in the sky before. Nor are there really any stars with reddish hue. When you look at it, it
Yeah.
reminds you of a particular song.
Oh. I'll sit outside just staring at it for a little while. Biggest, doofiest grin on my face. Good job, little buddy. You'll always have my prayers.
So, I assume you're just gonna not inform anybody else. Up to you decide if you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I guess eventually, if Vest still hasn't gotten back, I'd go down and call everyone out to show them my god's got a consolation.
You know, that would be more of a bragging point if there wasn't a paladin of the dawn god and a paladin of the moon goddess in the same room.
Stares
No,
at the
what
moon.
makes
Very
it-
true.
What makes it funny is the conversation me and Chadwick had last night.
We don't know when Viz comes back, so.
Nevertheless, I guess 10 hours pass, food is ready. The
I back?
actual
Yep.
dinner is at any event you are back.
Okay. I guess one last meal.
Surprise, it's all poison. You're dying. You die.
Fuck's sake. Oh,
No,
my
Constitution
God.
saving throw.
I put poison in the Christmas dinner.
I know. But no. Well, food is simply divine. What else can I say? Fucking 58. Go fucking kill me.
On it, 1 second.
Oh no.
Can do it again. I'll get the people from Valhalla to come here. There'll be a real party.
So, with that being said, food has been had. Everybody eats, enjoys, and yeah, anything you wish to do. Any 7, 8 of you.
While this is happening, at dinner table, Nathan would, amongst the food, just put a bag on the table. Like, not in between the food, but just on the side, and just ask for attention for a second. I know there are plans for tomorrow, but those plans might diverge. I have just something I would like to request of all of you here. It's crude. Afraid I never picked up much from him. But he told us to remember stories. And Nathan pulls out one of those, like, it's a small leather band with, like, a crudely hewn metal ring. Like, one you could wear on your hand if you wanted to. These rings are forged from the iron, or at least a half of the iron that ascended Farron. A stronger bond to this place and this group you could not find. At least in my books, this ring is a token of friendship forever, a sign of family, and a remembrance to what we have and what happened here tonight. Wherever you leave to, whatever you wish to do, I ask of you, even if you never return, take one of these and remember our story. And he would just leave the bag on the table, and personally take one. What I should note, to specifically the outsiders of Tarumak, this is the first time you've seen Nathan not wearing at least some part of his armor. He's actually fully in casual clothes.
Oh gosh, how many days was it since we got the outsiders? Like a week?
Bit less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 days, I think.
They probably never saw any of us outside of our armor.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
No.
Kinda.
You see, Vess has pretty much no reaction. It's Vess.
As usual.
Sergal will be one of the first people to take a ring out of the bag.
Mm.
He kind of holds it up, tries it on his finger. It's a better fit than my father's old one.
Tried my best. Farron could have made these 1,000 times better, but
Farron's Farron. That's like trying to say that a squirrel could do it better. That's like saying a squirrel could do it worse. There's no comparison.
there's never
Your
comparison.
name is Farron.
Yeah, right.
I'll grab
You
the
were
next ring.
blind, after all. You were blind. I'd say they're pretty good for that.
Very true.
I'll grab the next
Theo
ring.
would.
Oh, go ahead. Theo.
Theo would actually grab the next one and look at Nathan and the others and say, "Be a part of this group to be here today. Everything was worth it for that. You've given me a purpose. Thank you." And then he'd put the ring on.
I'll go ahead and grab a ring. Walk over to Nathan. Honestly, I don't think there's a better way that you could have given homage to Farron. And I'll put it on with one of my other 8 rings. And I'll give him a hug.
Nathan will gladly take it.
Cole's not here, and presuming Dagger did it next and said something weird. But I'll be the last one to take him. It's like,
Then it's Vess' turn. So Vess walks
Yeah.
over and takes
Oh, yeah.
one, inspects it.
It's
It
raw
is
metal.
good craftsmanship.
For somebody who
bond
hasn't
of
done it in a few
strength.
years.
A bond of strength. A bond of kindredship. It shall come along with me, and when I return, it will mean something else. A
Let's hope
bond
so.
of surviving memories. And she actually puts it in one of the bags instead of wearing it. I have to preserve it.
Fine by me.
everybody's made their rings. Gotten their rings. Britt's gonna be the last one. Inspector's like, I agree with everyone else. Farron would be proud for this with this craftsmanship. And puts it on. Seems like you've learned more from him than you thought.
Probably may have learned from him. What we did today shows better than anything. Farron was equally our brother and our teacher. We persevered through something we shouldn't have, by all accounts, survived. And we should be proud of that.
Indeed. I grab a chalice and all that and say, then a toast to Farron.
Sure thing. To Farron. For leading us on the right path.
So then we'll, after that, unless anybody else has anything, I think we'll just do dinner and then retire afterwards.
Because I'm pretty sure people are dying to leave and dying to sleep.
Yep.
Amen.
Belly is full.
Okay. So, cat,
What?
cat.
Ira.
What
My
about
cat.
Nane's girlfriend?
His cat
What a
was
cat.
attacking
What
him.
cat?
My cat jumped on the desk.
Ah.
They want to play too.
Where's
Let
their
them play.
character sheet?
Anyway, pretty much after dinner is done, Vez gets up, gathers her 3 little serpents, puts them under her cloak, and cloak, mantle first, and then goes outside and waits.
If everyone else is going to bed, I'll follow Vess.
I think Sergal probably sticking around with Tella would kind of see them slip out. Follow a bit behind.
She would follow you.
You would stay in the kitchen for a little while longer and for first time in a long while take out his little notebook and write some of the things down that had happened in the last few days. Sometimes looking at his ring, smiling, and continuing writing.
Very nice. Come on. God damn, that's great. I think Nathan would retire early. He's never going to take that necklace with the iron ring on him off again. If, in case Nathan ever appears in a future campaign, he will be wearing this ring. But other than that,
So to the next night, or to the next day, then.
to the next morning.
Well, not yet. I mean, 2 people are leaving during the night.
Yeah.
And I think Cole wanted to do something with Vez. Which,
I think
Yeah.
Cole is busy grieving.
Yep. And Vez is not gonna wait. So, because she already sent him a message, so... Chadwick, you're with your dragon right now?
Yeah, if we're outside, I'm with the dragon.
It is time.
Yeah, it is. And then I guess since this is the time, I'll write in the sand or the ground or whatever. Never been good at goodbyes, but it's been fun.
Sergal would probably step out of the shadow right about then. Chadwick.
Hey,
Glances.
Going with Vess, I presume?
Yeah, I think it's about time for me to handle some things at home.
Sergal's going to walk up, and as much as he's able, he's going to try and hug Chadwick.
I'll lean down and give you uppies. I'll give you a whole hug.
Remember, Chadwick, when you get back, and you are going to come back to visit Tanis. I'll be in
Of course.
Tanis.
I'll see you there,
Told
buddy.
Festus, you'll always be welcome.
I know you're still my extended family. I'll kind of muss his hair.
Yeah. I kind of I pry myself out of Chadwick's grip and you'll hold out for a fist bump. Until next time.
Till next time, little buddy. And I'll give you that fist bump.
And now Sergal's going to go to bed.
Okay. Just glances at Chadwick.
Yo, what's up?
Fez glances at Chadwick, like pretty much in a way saying, "Are you done?"
Yeah, I've been done. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm ready to go.
Fez nods. She closes her eyes and pretty much mentally calls out to the feeling that she's ready to go back.
Just roll me D100.
Oh, it's the roll that killed my Kenku.
All of a sudden, both Vess and Chadwick, and the dragon, and the snakes, you just hear Sergal halfway through the hall, just unsettling sound of slurp, like some wet wine just like tangling for a few seconds. And as you look back, you saw the dragon basically, or pieces of it, through the doorway. Now it's gone. Vess, Chadwick, both of you, we're gonna have one final epilogue with both of you because 2 gets you somewhere specific. So I hope you're prepared.
Tella will hear Sergal mutter, "Better, is it?"
I know what is gonna happen. So I'm gonna go, oh no.
Oh yeah.
So so time passes, all of you well, no interruptions, no commotions.
Brit spent her night at the forge, sleeping.
Like the hatchlings are also asleep. They're content with it. It's not like they're starving anything.
Yep.
Kind of there. Come morning, the next day, the keep is colder than you'd like to admit. Feels slightly empty. Nevertheless, you are fully rested. That includes you, Cole. Which holds perspective. There. Cole, how do I say this to put it up to scale? There has been a gathering of hundreds of thousands of people the past less than a day or so, as several ceremonies across the Doran Empire and the Platinum Sea cities, as memorials, what's it called? Temporary memorials have been raised and erected in honor of the 7 children of Mishra who've fallen. The biggest one is in Alacor. And yeah. Is there anything you really need to do with the Paladins? Because, there's a lot of going on in the actual city.
Yeah, I think there's a mixed part of this. One is that he kind of wants to get away from all of that.
Well, nobody would
part.
stop you for you to go. Like, if you disappear for like an hour, nobody's gonna be bad or not.
Yeah. There's... I think, Yeah, there is. knowing, like, listen to exact words. He has to check up on the last few select things at the keep. And so, early morning, around when Britt normally preps breakfast, an unexpected guest arrives. Or perhaps perfectly expected. Which begs the question, Britt, are you making breakfast?
I mean, yeah. At some point, I would start making breakfast.
Alright, then for the first and last time, I would like to join the Paladin party in eating breakfast.
Are you going to
Yes.
help in the kitchen?
Yes.
Fair enough.
As you start cooking, right, and you're getting things out, and you hear one of the drawers open up, and a few utensils taken out, and you look to your side and you see moderately well put together coal. Something doesn't quite feel right, but it not wrong enough for you to be too concerned.
Okay.
And you see him taking out utensils and start putting them on the counter. Would you like a hand?
Just like, yes, that would be good.
Bull begins to clap.
Bastard.
That's something Farron
it-
would do.
Yep.
Come on, bro.
And or Constantine. No,
Yeah.
And with that, he, as he's cooking along, it takes a small bit, but he does begin to talk. Unless you have something to say before anything.
Nope.
Where are you going after this?
Well, we're gonna go see if there's anything to do to retake Tanis. Don't know what we'll do with that afterwards. And then hopefully bring the iron scales this way. Personally. Of course, that's more of the business side. Personally, I wish to start thinking about having a family afterwards.
Right.
You have a family already.
The other kind of family.
Biological family.
With that, he nods and listens along. Does that mean you will be taking Laura under your care?
Seems only fitting.
She's more complicated than you know.
I'm aware of the,
No, you are
The-
not. She has a destiny to fulfill.
don't us all?
He shakes his head. Hers is different from yours. Hers will lead you apart. You know the man. Joseph.
We met once, yes.
That is her destiny.
At this point, she stops. It's like, what do you mean by that exactly?
Some years down the line, when Laura has grown, she will be on the front lines. But she will not be standing beside you.
she's gonna like, but will I be there?
He doesn't. His eyes stay focused on the task at hand, prepping a few dishes as he start heating things up. Maybe. Maybe not. The future is fickle. Too many possibilities to narrow it down. And if I tried, I think I'd go mad. Right, speaking of future possibilities, if you're joining the Iron Scales, does that mean you'll be working with Dorn?
Yes. Plan on using this keep as a forward base.
He nods. Next time you see him, hand him this. And he pulls over a letter. He might know what's in the contents. He might not. But given the war that is about to happen, I think it's fitting. It's just an enclosed letter.
His eyes only, I assume?
Not.
Well, pertaining to Laura, I do have plans. If I can't be with her, I'll at least impart her knowledge in the training, of what training I can.
Oh. He nods.
As well as give her a family. Not unlike the ones I have, the one I have.
He nods. And at this point, I'm guessing we're finishing up cooking at this point. Who else is still in the keep? I know Chadwick and Vess have left.
They left?
Tell me a decent opportunity to when to
Right,
join the conversation.
You cook around like dawn, right?
Yeah.
That would be about when Sergal was doing his prayers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he's at.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Is anyone else going to join the conversation, or may I?
Like I said, I would like to, but you go first.
Sergal would walk in through the front door, seeing Cole, and taking a slight half step, just pausing for a moment, looking at Cole, making sure Cole sees him.
He nods as he starts plating the table.
Sergal nods back. There used to be 8 of us paladins, you know. You've heard the story of the one, Farron.
He nods.
But long before there was ever a... long before any of the rest of this happened, there was another. A satyr girl named Sylvie, who I shared an oath with. She was my sister. When she died, there was nothing I could do but watch. There was nothing I could do but watch. Circle takes a shaky breath. There isn't a word for the pain. I'm sorry.
A rising dawn overlooks many things. Not all of them are pleasant. I understand.
Then do not resist. And I'm going to make a I'm going to hug him.
Oh, alright, actually.
Cole, if you want to make a grapple check.
No, what actually happens, you go in for a hug, and I wasn't expecting it to get revealed like this. As you make contact with him, an illusion fades. Britt, that off sense suddenly becomes clear. You weren't looking at him proper, you were looking at a facade, an illusion. And as you put your hands around him, Circle, you don't feel the fluffy and ornate robes you normally do. You feel casual wear, and the illusion fades, and the color in his skin is half gone. There are bags under his eyes. And there's just a moment of pause as he's kind of stunned there for a second or two.
If Cole doesn't make any motion to get out of the hug, Circle will probably hold it for a good 3 seconds. If you ever need a sword in battle, talk to me. It's the least I owe you and your sister.
The moment you say sister, you feel tired muscles under his skin twitch. I understand.
Pipe upset. Like it or not, you're part of this family as well.
How am I gonna take that? There is Circle, how long are you keeping him here? That's the
Circle, like I said, there would be like a good 3-second long hug before Circle lets him go, says that, and kind of stops. He gives Cole another pat on the shoulder, and he would kind of glance around, not really knowing where to go next. Kind of looking at Britt like, any way I can help.
Yes, can go about and tell everybody that breakfast is ready. Come and get it when they can.
And
I heard breakfast is getting ready.
Yeah, and I assume
Nathan would
we
also
would
join the
notice
room.
that. Yeah, I was just saying, I just would have noticed that Chadwick eventually doesn't show up. Anyways, he's like, Nathan. Yep, breakfast is just about ready.
Wonderful. With, I assume Nathan can just natively see through the illusion, right?
Yes, he can.
Okay. With that information, yeah.
I'd like to just clarify that Circle made physical contact with the illusion. It's broken.
Ah, okay. So it's broken for everyone. Okay. Very well.
I was expecting you to be the one that broke it, not
Yeah.
Circle. To be real.
We
Would
are
have also been
paladins,
quite funny.
though.
Expect the
Expect
divine.
a hug. Expect a hug.
Yeah, out of all the things he prepped for, a hug was not one of them.
There's
We are
something
paladins.
heartfelt
It's
about
like
that.
family.
Expect found family.
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 This really did turn out like a Fast and Furious movie.
You could draw parallels.
You beat me to
I
it.
don't like it.
Son of a.
I'll go get everyone else up. Oh, and Britt. Chadwick left a message outside. He went off with Vess.
There's a slight deflation. It's like, oh.
He'll
Huh?
be back.
Yeah. Well,
He'll be back.
he never was really the one. He was never really good with goodbyes, wasn't he?
Yeah, I only managed to snag one out of him because I was sneaky.
Well, I'm sure we'll see him again shortly.
We will.
In the
He's
meantime,
better.
we have a
Circle.
Tannis. We have Tannis to deal with.
So,
Sergal's going to go through
One
the
last
rest
thing
of
before
the
that.
house and get everyone up.
Okay. Yes, Nathan.
Now that Farron is nearby, sorry, not Farron, Cole, I would start a short conversation with him. Cole, for a word?
He nods.
Nathan would offer you the same price he offered everyone else at dinner yesterday. A forged iron ring from the iron that ascended Farron. And tell you that, and I know that this will probably hurt like hell for you. We are not family by blood. The blood of warfare also binds. In this sense, I do see you part of the Paladins as part of this found family. If there's ever any need for you to call on me, this will make it easy to find me for you.
As you kind of hand it to him, he takes it, he eyes it for a second, looking past it, and then putting it on one of his fingers.
That's the highest praise Nathan has ever received from you. By the way, Nathan would already be like And going back to the rest of the group. I know you won't be using it anymore, but the door sign's corrected.
It was always correct.
It implies something different now. It implied here lives someone I do not like. That's been changed.
He nods. As at this point, he kind of takes one of the seats, draws it back, sits down, scoots forward, and patiently waits for the rest.
Now comes the. Is there anything? Where does this end?
Us terrifyingly advancing towards Tanis will be our
Yeah.
credit scene.
So yeah, with that begs the question: anyone else in the hold that wants to drag Cole for something else?
Or
The
anyone
meal
who
will be
wants to
held.
drag anyone for anything.
True.
No, I'm sure this will get across to everybody else at some point, but may I suggest that once a year that we all make sure that we all gather around and catch up for a day.
At the very least. Seeing you all only
So-
once a year,
Oh,
be a sad year, wouldn't it?
I will be. Oh, I'll be flying everywhere. My work is not done yet. You'll definitely see me flying around.
Sure of it. No, let's mark this. Araxis?
At least once a year.
What day is it today?
Fucking Christ.
It might be the first day of the next month.
It might be. Is it?
Oh, no.
Is it literally? Yeah. Isn't?
I think it's
August 1st?
August 1st.
August 1st. Officially. Oh my fucking god. Less than 2
That's
months.
good.
That's-
Time went fast.
August 1st, then.
And as assuming there's no conversations left to be had and the meal's had in peace. And to be clear, Cole does take off his mask to eat with you guys properly.
Which is like the biggest sign of respect we could ever expect from him. It's great.
But as the meal finishes, and kind of scoots up. Enjoy these next few months, maybe this year. This feast won't last long.
It's not.
And he's not talking with the mask anymore, though the words a bit more piercing and sharp. They seem to be managed well enough. And kind of looks to the group, deciding something in his mind. And he kind of walks over to Britt. And he hands Britt the mask. Make sure to be ever careful in the words you choose.
She nods.
This is goodbye for a while. Unfortunately, I will be quite busy. Good luck to you all.
To wherever your path leads you.
May
No,
you
where to
always
find us.
Time. Yep.
May you
He nods.
always come back.
Good luck with Tannis. And as he kind of says that, he starts like fading as teleportation is casted, and he leaves.
Literally the same person, dude.
Yep.
So, Theo,
Yes?
as we would be preparing to basically leave, to make our way to Tanis, time to show you home.
He just smiles. I'm looking forward to it.
So,
All right.
Off to
reclaim our tennis, then.
to reclaim home.
Are you gonna use Leo to teleport?
Is Leo still around?
Yeah, he's
I
he's
would
not
totally not
going
blame him.
anywhere.
No,
He's kind of
No,
He's
I
kind of
like Leo too much. We're keeping him.
he's like
Can
he's
we
kind of like
keep him?
he's kind of like indebted to you for two things. First of all, saving his ass. Second of all, not snitching him in.
Nah, fuck that.
Exactly.
It's too awesome.
Although he needs an item.
Needs an
Nice.
item.
From Tanis?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Centis Order medallion. Would that work? Like a pendant from the Centis Order. Would that count as something from Tanis?
Oh, is it the one that is that you found in your own village?
I believe so. I've had it for that long. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you're right. The Centis Order pendant was the one that I found in our home. Ah. What do we have that's from Tanis?
Hmm.
Technically, I guess my holy symbol, maybe?
It's fair to say our holy symbols probably were given to us in Tanis.
Hey,
Yeah.
so, with that being said and done, you all basically gather around and you teleport there.
I would say slightly outside the city.
Well,
Pretty much.
you don't really get a choice for those.
True.
You know,
okay.
you know where you do teleport, manifest.
Everyone be
Smack dab
ready
in the
to
middle.
swipe anything that comes and attacks us.
You get back at the beginning, at the ruined keep of Tanis, just above everything else around in the area, where you first re-emerged after dying. You look around. The land is tainted, darkened, charred, smelling of sulfur, and you do see a handful of undead scattered below what basically is rubble than anything else.
Is there anything of like monstrous proportions?
No.
Like anything? No.
That makes it a lot easier.
Yep. Let's reclaim our homes.
So,
You know what I just realized?
Huh.
I'm not wearing my armor.
Honestly, I think
Oh
that makes
well.
it more fun.
oh well.
Nathan isn't wearing his armor either. He's carrying a sword, but he left the armor
Right there.
definitely in the
And now cuts to like a happy-go-lucky song with a montage of you killing.
Oh no, I'm thinking Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
It is all fun and games.
Well,
So with that, I guess that's the end of Chosen of Tarumak. There you go. You did it. 55
That-
sessions in less than 2 months. Call you bastard speed running it again. I see. There's
It's my specialty.
I know.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
It was
Sharing
a
a
fun
campaign
50
with you next time.
sessions.
Next time I actually get to play for longer. Than...
Once again, thank you, Eric's, for a story.
So
That
there
was
are
amazing.
2 things I need to tell you, everybody. For this campaign, every single one of you gets 2 marks of teal. And there was a hidden achievement, give or take. There were many. You failed a lot. There was one. A fortress without a door. You never installed a door to the fortress.
Yeah.
Get additional mark of teal, each one of you.
Let's go. Who needs a door anyways?
Oh,
That's great.
Who needs doors
You
with
all
arms like me?
get 3 marks of teal. You
for
know,
not installing a door.
Open door
well, no,
policy.
2 for finishing campaign and 1 for not installing the door.
I was thinking about this a lot, and I
Where's
thought, no, it's a lot
Arax,
funnier
where's
to
the
never do that.
speedrunning achievement.
There is no speedrunning achievement. I will never give you speedrunning achievements
Is-
Because
Araxis,
that would
is
just
there-
bring forth.
Huh?
Araxis, is there a secret achievement for hitting session 69?
No, alas, no.
Damn.
Yes. So, with that being said, I guess as all together as Chosen of Tarumak, yeah, this is the end. And now I have a question before I call it, or actually, do I call it? Who wants the post-game fucking Q&A that I'm gonna stream? Cause I wanna have a lot of it.
Right now?
Yes.
I have some
Down
post-game.
for it.
I'm down.
I do
for
have a
it.
few
give me a minute.
questions.
I'll have to leave and come back.
I mean, it's up to you to decide if you want to, if you have any questions to ask, because it's only one time after all the campaigns are finished you can basically ask what has been in the past, and then you have to wait. Basically, when the evil and the archaeology campaigns are gonna be over, then you can ask again. That's the one thing. That's the one time frame. So it's up
Oh,
to you.
we're asking you. Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. So,
Uh,
before
So we'll
we
end the
do that,
stream
I'm
and then
just
boot it back up.
yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. So, for the final time, what do you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with 55
Smite.
sessions?
Smite.
Might.
Might.
Smite.
Might.
Smite.
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 Smite. Thank you for the campaign. Smite. Smite.